You don't need to be the best footballer to become the best coach. You don't need to be the best sporting director to become the best CEO. Of course, if you have experiences in these roles, it helps. It helps a lot. Who is Damien Comolli is your question. I have even more questions. A crucial one. Why Damien Comolli at Juventus, and could he possibly succeed in an extremely important role? Because we are not speaking about a sporting director role, but we are speaking about a CEO role. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you are all doing well. One topic only video, only Damien Comolli Juventus Football Club. That's the only thing. And guys, I didn't want to disrespect you. I didn't want to go on Wikipedia, opening the page, reading, doing a copy-paste of who is he. Yes, we know he's a Frenchman. Yes, we know he's 53. Yes, we know that he's born in Béziers in France. We know where he went, in what team and what he did. Easy to find, or on Wikipedia or on LinkedIn. I didn't want. So I made a bit more researches. And that's what I'm asking you, to put a maximum of like, to continue to subscribe to the channel, to give me that energy, to go deeper in these news, to try to give you a realistic view. Because now we start, like guys, I start immediately with a big opinion. According to my researches, after collecting a lot of data, statistics, reviews, articles, speaking with people, he's better as a CEO than he was as a sporting director. And that's already a big one. Huh? Look, just to tell you a few things that he did, 360-degree manager. That's what he became through time. After experiences as a coach in Monaco with the youth academy, after being a scout at Arsenal, after being a sporting director in different clubs, different leagues, like Saint-Etienne twice, like Tottenham, Liverpool, Fenerbahce, president of Toulouse since 2020. And according to me, that's where he really is shining at the moment, because he totally transformed the club of Toulouse. He picked them up when they were in Ligue 2. He arrived third the first year. He's promoted, finishing first of Ligue 2 the second year. Boom, boom. Progression. Going in Ligue 1. 3 seasons since then. The first season, he finished 13 in the league, but winning the Coupe de France for the very first time of the club in the history. It's a beautiful trophy to have in a really small museum at the moment. They qualified to Europa League. So the second year, they have more games to play. Nevertheless, they finished 11. So 2 positions better in Ligue 1. And on top of that, they didn't do that bad in Europa League, because in the group stages, they finished second above Union Saint-Gilloise, just under Liverpool, that cherry on the cake. They were even able to beat in their home 3-2. What a beautiful night. Go back on internet, see the celebrations of Toulouse beating Liverpool. A crazy night that I will never forget. The guy, unfortunately, they go through in their knockout stages. They faced Benfica, 2-1 loss in Portugal, in their home 0-0. It's not enough. They were eliminated. Beautiful first experience in Europa League for Toulouse. The year after, so this year, they finished 10th. So you see a constant progression of the team. And I can tell you that he brought the club of being a Ligue 2 club to being a mid-table, stable mid-table Ligue 1 team with no budget, because that's important. The lowest budget in France. That's a fact. So the team with the lowest budget is exceeding the expectations. Now, it's not over, because not only results sporting-wise, but also in terms of revenues, because when he picked up the club, 5,000 supporters were watching the games at home in average. He brought them to 30,000 followers of Toulouse, which is really beautiful to put on your CV. At Juventus, he will not be sporting director, because I heard bad experiences at Liverpool, bad experiences at Fenerbahce, bad experiences here and there, not a beautiful label with Saint-Etienne, where they were not really happy with him, of how he spent the budget, etc., etc. But he will not come as a sporting director. He comes as a CEO. What is a CEO doing in a club of football? He's the one that is drawing that strategy, and he's making sure that the goals are achieved, because in the meanwhile he's doing checkpoints. And if he sees that the sporting director is not achieving the goals, he will ask him. He will make sure that the sporting director, thanks to him, will follow the points. If the scouts are not delivering, he will speak with the scouts. And that's why I'm telling you that his former experience is extremely important. It's not someone that you can easily fool. Super important, because when you have experiences as a coach, as a sporting director, as a scout, if you have experiences in UK, in Turkish League, in Liga, you know what you are speaking about. You know what you are talking about. Absolutely not easy to fool. But according to me, is extremely interesting. It's a super interesting profile for Juventus because they have a lot of points in common, and I will state them one after the other. The first one, finance. We know Juventus at the moment is a club that needs to be sustainable. How many times did we say we don't have all the money of the world to do well, to go and spend? Unfortunately, we are in Serie A. That is not the richest league on earth. Unfortunately, we had our own problems that we are trying to erase year after year. But he's someone that knows how to work without money. He said, I quote, "We have a lot less money than everyone else with Toulouse. So if we try to do the same as everybody, with less money, we are going to fail." So he's someone that is used to work with limited, nearly no budget, and to be extremely creative. He says, we are using a lot stats and data. For what? To find competitive advantages on the market to optimize the transfer budget and wage bills. Guys, when we are speaking about sustainability, when we are speaking about decreasing the salary cap, that's something that he's actually doing day to day at Toulouse. He knows how. Not to save money, but actually to optimize the transfer budget, because saving here, saving there, lowering here, lowering there, you actually create more money on the transfer to go for more players, for better players, for more expensive players. So pay attention. I heard a lot about he's a Red Bird man. Red Bird that is also owner of Milan, or was owner, I don't exactly know. No, he's not a Red Bird man. He was not a Redbird man when he was at Liverpool, at Arsenal, in UK, at Saint-Etienne. He became a Redbird man because they are the owners of Toulouse, where he's reporting to. And just a thing between the lines that I can share with you, it's actually thanks to his way of being a statsman, a statistic man, someone that is really analyzing that Redbird, watched it, saw it, and said, interesting. Let's try to implement that way of working also in other clubs. So actually, he's the one that brought that Moneyball way of analyzing football in football instead of baseball. That was a total different story in USA. Important between the lines. Then, at Liverpool, he worked, important, with David Dine. Who is David Dine? He's the one that created the Premier League. Premier League that is at the moment undisputed, undisputable, the best league at the moment on earth in terms of attractiveness, in terms of entertainment, in terms of revenues, in terms of a lot of things. So thanks to his experience in Premier League, he understands perfectly what it is to have also a sense of community, something that they are really pushing, that sense of community of a club. And that's for the financial part, how to increase and to save money for transfer, but also how to actually increase a club in terms of finances. The Youth Academy, we know it, we developed, we created the first next-gen team under 23 years ago that is doing well, that even won already a Coppa in Serie C. We are launching talents. We always know that vision of Andrea Agnelli, but also John Elkann's word to actually create these talents ourselves and to bring them in first team. Today, Claudio Chiellini, the brother of Giorgio Chiellini, that is responsible for the next gen, in an article on Tuttosport, said, we don't want just to bring and to create players for the first team, but we want to create players for the first team that are able to win. And that makes the difference, the world of difference. Well, Damien Comolli has a huge experience with youth, not only because at Monaco he was youth coach, but also because here at Toulouse he works a lot. He created, he developed one of the best French youth academy. 19 players from Toulouse, all the rosters, are representing their national team between under 15 and under 19. We are speaking about the mid-table team. So that's a huge, big success. Fast trajectory. He thinks really fast. He wants these young players to be as fast as possible, training, being coached by the first team, so that they have actually the same way of training and playing, so they are ready as fast as possible. They are already looking at players born in 2008, 2009, to let them grow as fast as possible. 24-25 this season, 7 players from their own youth academy are playing in the first team. One of the best examples is Guillaume Rest, that is the goalkeeper. He's now 20. He started his career at Toulouse at 6 years old, became the first team goalkeeper at 18. He's now the most valuable goalkeeper of his age in France. Incredible. Scout, experience, and eye for talent. He looks, and that's what he says, I look and at highly technical players. Drive and motivation to be successful and to continue to develop themselves. Taking the right decision at the right time on the pitch. So when he was scouting, that experience gave him something. Not only looking at stats, not only looking at data, not only looking behind the computer, but going and watching. Not only looking at the skills, which he's doing, the technical skills, but also that anger, that drive, that will of succeeding one day, doing that extra mile. It's not a coincidence that he brought players like Gareth Bale at Tottenham, Modric at Tottenham, Van Persie for peanuts at Arsenal. He says, I didn't discover Henry, but I recommended Henry to Arsène Wenger at Arsenal. We know about the discussion about Wenger and Henry when he said, come to Arsenal. A suggestion of Damien Comolli. A deep knowledge of Premier League. That's what I already told you. Thanks to the clubs, thanks to the contact, but also thanks to the fact that he's working and understanding on a model and a pattern for a strategy that will help a lot. Football politics. We are arriving to the end, and then I will give you my conclusion. Football politics, super important, on board for the LFP, which is the Professional Football League in France. So it's not only Toulouse, but he's also in the board of LFP, where you are taking decisions, where you are doing some debates for the Ligue 1, where his missions are French football must be more watchable on television, and by consequence also more fans, instead of going and watching it on pirate television, instead of going, like freaky. Instead of that, they actually pay to subscribe. That's one of his best missions, or his biggest mission, to make it more watchable on television. Because he said we have between 4 and 6 million people that are watching Ligue 1 every single week, and not all of them are paying for television. So he understands absolutely the importance of television rights. He improves, or he wants to improve, the quality of referees. That's one of his battles. Guys, if you're speaking about that, we are opening a big door. The quality of our referees, they hate them. You know what he says? They are a disaster. When he's using the word disaster, one of my favorite words. Well, Comolli, Beppe, we start to understand each other. We need that political strength. Also someone that goes in these league meetings in Serie A to say, oh, I don't agree. These decisions are not okay. We need uniformity, equality. So I really liked one of these missions. Women football is another of his missions. He said, I created the House of Women Sports at Toulouse, where the women, the girl, they can go there. They have better infrastructure to play with the ball, whatever sport they want, to develop, to work. Because he understands the importance of today, the importance also of tomorrow. Women football is important at Juventus Football Club. I tell you, it's also thanks to Juventus that Italian women football became professional. So, youth academy, finances, women football, not being fooled because of all his experience. Super. My conclusion is, I think, and I'm sure, it's a CEO with a huge football ground. You cannot fool him. You cannot go there and tell him, yes, but that player is good. Yeah, why is he good? Yes, but we did it like this because... No, why did you do it? Explain me, show me. Financially, Juventus, we know it. They must be a sustainable club. He worked with low budget teams. He worked with teams with no budget, so he had that experience. Juventus, they invested and promoted in the next gen. We know it. He has proven records in this, thanks to his career that you can follow, and also what he's doing at Toulouse. Premier League is the most followed and attractive league right now at the moment. He knows the ins and outs. He knows about the on the field, the off the field, and that's a big experience to bring in Italy at Juventus Football Club. Football politics, I already told you, is something that Juventus was absent from in the latest year. That we said we need that political strength as well. Being Juve, well, thanks to his LFP mission, he's on top of it. And he knows the importance of TV rights, referees, importance of football, in general, importance of women football, youth academy, etc., etc. I think that he's someone that today we are missing. Some people will say Marotta is the GOAT of sporting directors. Guys, you are a bit wrong, because Marotta is not sporting director. He's president at the moment of Inter. Before that, he was CEO of Inter. But when he arrived from Sampdoria, He was someone that maybe would have been considered by a lot of people as a Mr. Nobody. What did he really achieve in his career before that? And then thanks to his experience, thanks to be a 360-degree manager, being politically strong, having an eye for scout, having an eye for talent, understanding what it is to work with coaches, he developed himself and became much better. Damien Comolli, that is young, 53 years old, but already with a lot of experience also internationally and not only in Italy, could potentially be a perfect profile to back Juventus up. And that was my conclusion about Damien Comolli. I hope you enjoyed it. If yes, please put a maximum of like. Continue to subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza, Juve.